Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm Joe PT and welcome to another performance analysis, this time of RiME. So this game was developed by Tequila Games and I think by Keylock too. They are using Unreal Engine 4 engine, although I think Keylock kind of took a part for porting the game, but take this as a grain of salt because I have absolutely no idea. I'm just saying that because Keylock usually ports games to the PC, like for example Dragon Age Xenoverse 2, but still, since I'm not really sure, I'm just going to let that one go. But probably this game was natively developed for the PS4 and then later ported to the PC. So let's take a look on the graphic settings, and I have absolutely bad news. So many people already know that RiME is a very demanding game, and I have the game with absolutely minimum settings with 50% resolution scaling. You can go as low as 25%, but well, entirely looks like this. Seems that you are playing in a Game Boy or in a smartphone with a resolution of 100 per 100. So I'm going to switch back to 50% resolution scaling, but as you can see the performance is bad. So it's around the 20 FPS, 22 in this sequence, which is not the most demanding part of the game, not even close to it, okay? Keep in mind that I'm recording with OBS. OBS can take a very big impact in the performance. Well, in fact, for some reason in this game is taking a lot. Now I need to restart the game because every time I mess around with the settings of the game, it just kind of the game just stops to work well. I mean, it starts to get less frame than it was supposed to. But we are back already, and as you can see the graphic settings are actually the same, 50% resolution scaling with all the stuff on the minimum. And so, like I was telling you, OBS is recording and it's actually taking a greater impact than it was supposed to. It averages between 3 to 4 to 5 FPS. So usually you must just say that yes, you have more than less more free FPSs than you are actually seeing in here, okay, without recording. But anyway, I decided to benchmark the game too without recording, so you can find all those results without recording on the description of the video. Also, on the description of the video you can also find a lot details about the laptop that I did use, the drivers, the software. You can actually find there a link that takes you to the end of the video where I discuss a little bit more about the performance, and that is also another link called Framerate Proof Download, where I have an Excel file with all the stats regarding the benchmarks that I made with this game. Might be useful to you if you have like if you have trust issues with me. That's the best proof that all this benchmark was done. I mean, we fine with 100% confidence that this is completely true, okay? And also there is a link for Patreon in case you want to support the channel, but that's another story. I don't think I need to spam you with that. So what I'm going to do through this video is I will play a little bit more. I will reach a part just after this beach where it will be the most demanding sequence of the game. You will be seeing like 15 or 14 frames per second. It's true, it actually reaches that frame rate, okay, even without recording, so keep that in mind. So yes, RiME can be played on this laptop with this graphic card, okay, it's entirely possible, although the frame rate, well, it's kind of nonsense. I mean, it's very bad, but for the fact that RiME is a game that you don't need to kill anyone, it's pretty much an exploration game with some sort of small puzzles. You don't really need high frame rate like 30s or high 20s. You can play the game nicely with low 20s. The problem is when you get to sequences where the frame rate is actually lower than 20s, where it gets to 15 frames per second. I'm not really sure how the rest of the game will be, if we will be having more zones like this one that you are going to see just right now. As you can see, the frame rate now drops to 14 frames per second. This is insane. I'm not sure if there are more zones on the game that are as well as much demanding as this one, or even more. I'm not really sure. I don't really know, in fact. But let's hope and pray that this is the most demanding part of the game, and if it is the most demanding part of the game, then the game is completely playable for the rest of the playthrough, but obviously with low 20s. Okay, so that depends if you can handle playing a game with low frame rate or with high frame. So with that, I hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video. I have talked everything that I wanted to talk to you for now in the middle of the video. If you want to hear me discuss a little bit more about the frame rate, just wait until the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching until now, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye. Hello boys and girls, welcome to the performance section of the video of RiME. So I actually just tried one setting because the 25% resolution scaling was so low and so bad quality that I completely put that option aside and decided to not make a benchmark of it because it was so much, it was so pixelated that I seriously doubt that anyone can play with that resolution scaling. Okay, so I decided that the bare minimum was 50% resolution scaling with all the settings at absolutely minimum. And this game, it's kind of weird because we got a minimum of 13, 1% low of 15, average of 26, and a maximum of 53. So we look at this yellow graph, and what we see is that this game is very unstable. So we have areas where the laptop just can't handle it, the graphic card can't handle it, and the frame rate can reach as low as 13 frames per second. But also there is another areas that are so much lightweight that we get like 53 frames per second. So the average, it doesn't really apply as a good method to evaluate the performance that we get, because yes, there is areas where the game performs excellently fine with no problems whatsoever, but we have in other areas that are completely, I'm not going to say unplayable because this is not a shooter, but it's areas very complicated to the performance. I mean, and so I think the best thing to do is to check the consistency. So 70% of the time with these settings the game was lower than 30 FPS, 44% of the time it was lower than 25 FPS, but what really matters to me in this type of game is the 20 FPS margin. So I mean 22% of the frames was lower than 20 FPS. This is really bad if you ask me, so I do hope that RiME receives some optimization in the future. Regarding other stuff, the game used 1.5 gigabytes of VRAM, the RAM usage was at 4 gigabytes of RAM, so I believe if you have 4 gigabytes of RAM you might actually be able to play this game, but keep in mind that you need to have all the closed things, so like people used to say on some of my comments, okay, I close my Google Chrome before going to play. CPU usage was fine, between 40s to 60, so it was GPU fault, and like I was expecting, it's an Unreal Engine 4 game. It's very demanding to the GPU, so it's completely normal. Although I expect some extra optimizations in the future, let's hope so. But either way, is this game playable or not? That's the main question. Well, that depends if the user can play with such low frame rates or not. So that depends a lot on you guys, if you can handle playing a game like this or not. So if you can, fine, you can enjoy the beautiful game that is RiME. Even with these settings the game have a nice art style, but if you can handle low frames like this one, then the best thing to do is just either wait for the patches or just play on another platform or when you upgrade, okay? So that's all that I want to talk for now about RiME. Hope you did enjoy the video, and I do hope to see you soon. Thank you a lot for watching. Goodbye.